Apparently, Goku letting go of Raditz's tail is one of the most genius moves that he has ever done in Dragon Ball Z, at least according to this video.
Of course, as we know, Piccolo fires the first special beam cannon. When Raditz isn't even held at all, the beam is extremely fast, to which Raditz barely dodged it, leaving a big mark on his shoulder and tearing through his Saiyan armor. Piccolo was very surprised with Raditz's speed. However, right after this, Goku grabs Raditz's tail. He let his guard down. Goku somehow got behind him, whether he suppressed his ki so the scouter couldn't pick it up, or Raditz was completely distracted by what's going on with the special beam cannon. Either way, Goku knows how serious the tail grabbing is. It paralyzed him as a kid, so why not try it on the brother, right? Anyway, Piccolo starts to charge up the special beam cannon one more time, and this is where the belief comes from that Goku was so naive, he let Raditz's tail go, and that eventually cost him his own life, because he could only grab Raditz in a full Nelson, as Raditz was more clicked on about protecting his tail. So in a way, some people believe Goku got himself killed. Regardless of the plot, guys, we know this was leading to bigger and greater things. But in the moment, let's talk about in the moment of this fight. Could they have killed Raditz if Goku held onto that tail and he didn't listen to his brother?
It is not a belief, it is a fact. Goku definitely screwed up when he let go of Raditz's tail. I mean, you can see it by the surprise in his face. Like, not only was he deceived, right, by his own brother and believed the lie, but he also left them in a more compromised state. So ultimately, I don't know how you can say that it was a genius move that Goku let go of Raditz's tail. I mean, strategically, it just doesn't make sense. That was a full-on bad move in the part of Goku, and this is something that he is known for, right? His proclivity, right, to believe that his enemies can change. And I think that sometimes it's worked out for the better, but other times his gamble have backfired, in this case leading to his ultimate death. But apparently there are some details that were missing in this entire thing, so let's see.
This is going to shock you, but I'm going to give you all the facts, because many people overlook this and they just take it at surface level, thinking that Goku is an idiot for trusting his brother. You see, during this fight, Goku absolutely wanted to kill Raditz because of him taking Gohan. This is old school Goku, guys. This is the guy you saw in OG Dragon Ball, and he would kill somebody if they were being an evil piece of crap, and Goku was sick to his stomach with them. Raditz was part of that list. It's only when Raditz...
I don't know if that's completely true, because at the end of the day, Goku does let Piccolo go back in Dragon Ball. So he's still pretty merciful even back then.
Raditz begged for mercy, that he would leave this place. That gave Goku another option of not taking violence. But even though Goku didn't think of him as a brother anyway, based on what he's like, I think it was the pleading for peace that Goku listened to, which is totally in his character anyway. He did the same thing with Frieza when he gave him energy. He also did the same thing with Moro down the line. But either way, Goku letting go of that tail made absolutely no difference. You see, even though Raditz has the weakness of the tail, it puts him in a very stunned, paralyzed state, similar to Goku. Unlike Nappa, Vegeta, who can take someone grabbing their tail, they have the capability to keep their strength and deal with the threat grabbing their tail. Raditz is much stronger than Goku. He has more strength at this point. Where Goku struggled to move when someone grabbed his tail, Raditz still had strength to escape the tail grab, and Goku knew this because he stated so. You see, after Raditz was torturing Goku on the floor, making a mockery out of Goku for trusting him, Gohan breaks out of Raditz's Saiyan pod, bashes into him, and this does a number on Raditz that actually weakens him. But this is where Goku grabs Raditz in a full Nelson, and this isn't because Raditz's tail wasn't exposed. Yes, Raditz wrapped his tail back around his waist, but Piccolo asks Goku, why didn't you grab his tail? Meaning, if Goku wanted to, he could have still put his hands on Raditz's tail around his waist because he was distracted, but there would have been a massive risk, not just in grabbing it and pulling it off his waist, but Goku knows Raditz has the strength to cut off his tail if he needs to.
Look, I'll give it to him. This is a detail that sometimes we forget about, right? And we don't often think about that. Raditz could have cut off his tail and he could have made a run for it, or he could have fought back. But at the same time, that doesn't change the fact that when Goku let go of Raditz's tail, he lost an advantage that he had, right? The same way that Goku knew that Raditz could have cut off his tail, right? He could have not let go of his tail and maybe attacked him, right? Kept him down while Piccolo finished charging his special beam cannon and ultimately ended the fight without Goku having to die. So, I mean, it is a clever, data point that we don't often think about, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that Goku could have held onto the tail and also held Raditz down, right? Just because Goku letting go of Raditz's tail leads to ultimately Goku being able to hold him down and defeat him doesn't mean that it was the right move, right? Like, you can't say that, oh, Judas was a genius because he betrayed Jesus and got him arrested, which ultimately led to him dying on the cross, paying for our sins, and then ultimately bringing us salvation, right? Like, Judas selling Jesus was a mistake that he committed, and ultimately he ended his life for it. Just because those were the facts that came afterwards don't change the fact that Judas himself made a big mistake.
Let's be honest, Goku grabbing Raditz's tail did put Raditz in some sort of stunned state. But think about it, Raditz is very sneaky, he is very cunning. There's no doubt he was BSing most of that pain, so that when Piccolo did launch the special beam cannon, he would be crafty to get out right at the end, luring the last amount of power from Piccolo and wasting it. So in a way, think about it like this. Goku's own kindness, his personality, him listening to Raditz, that eventually got them to win the fight. Because if Goku kept hold of that tail and Piccolo launched the special beam cannon, only for Raditz to surprise them and cut his own tail off, that would have been it. Game over for Goku and Piccolo. So Goku is not a fool. Goku is not an idiot. Goku's naive nature did not get him killed. In fact, it helped defeat Raditz if you want to look at it that way. Goku's pure heart, his kindness, being a good man paid off. If Raditz's tail was floating around after Gohan hit him, Goku would still go for the full Nelson. He wouldn't go for the tail again. Goku was a hero.
No one is saying that Goku is not a hero. But just because your mistake ultimately led to a win, it doesn't mean that it wasn't a mistake to begin with. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that this guy has some merit to what he's saying, or was Goku letting go of Raditz's tail a mistake, and that's how we should view it, a mistake that ultimately led to a successful victory, although it did cost him his death at the end. Like I said before, I think that holding on to the tail, maybe doing some other moves to keep him down, could have led to a victory anyways, right? We'll never know.